talk through like how story is used in narrative coaching and the model
Yeah.
of narrative coaching?
So one of our core, our number one principle is that everything you need is right in front of you. Everything. And so what we're trying to do is help coaches recognize there's massive science behind all this, but in really it's the art makes it so wonderful. And to help us realize that when somebody is telling us a story in coaching, they're trying to make sense of something or get to meaning of something, and they don't really know kind of how to what that's about. Which is why, as you know, we don't tend to set goals in coaching, because I don't find those very useful for most people. Certainly in the beginning of coaching, I have absolutely no interest. I've been coaching for over 20 years. It's rare that we ever come close to ending a conversation anywhere near where we began. And so most of us don't know why we're really in coaching. We have usually a rationale or an incident or something, but it's really what we're really there to do. It gets revealed to us. And the stories are basically the doors into those rooms. And so like we really support our coaches to realize people can transform without crying, for example. You don't have to you don't have to have the big breakthrough or the big life-changing story. And many of my most powerful sessions were around very simple anecdotes or stories, but then getting them to like really drop into the experience of where that came from and how that feels. And I know at the retreat you went to, watching the very brief encounter that man had with his 3 chairs. And we didn't really have much context of anything. We didn't, because we don't need lots of information. The story's doing its work through him. And he himself was shocked, like within like 3 or 4 minutes, he was so moved by something that we had no idea what had happened for him.
So true.
I remember seeing your thoughts like,
I was like, what just happened?
And it's because the story, and part of it is that the story's on a mission for the person. The story's trying to draw the person's attention to something they're not seeing or are afraid to see or excited to see but can't. And so the story starts coming out in their posture or their changes in their gestures or their face and all we're doing, but what we're doing that is just witnessing what the story's trying to bring out into the room and helping almost like midwife that so it can show up. Yeah. And then stand there and witness with the client what they just did. Yeah.
Yeah, what you said that just so resonated with me is just like the story is on a mission.
Yeah.
And I think at some level before narrative coaching, I got maybe conceptually this idea that we are every character in the story, in the stories we tell. I kind of got that, but it wasn't until I started understanding how to bring those characters into the coaching itself and have the characters coach the client.
Yeah.
That I finally got it.
Yeah.
That I really we're the story, the way I think about it is we're I'm the Sherpa of the story.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Just like, okay, story, do your work. You're wanting to do that work anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do we get out of the way or facilitate it or guide it? Yeah. Yeah. So